there's two yous. The beard is the real life you.
The beard, I suppose, is the real me.
And has an executive said to you, don't wear a beard?
No. You know, I think I once did ask an executive, like, is it all right if I wear the beard? And he said, look, if you're in a bunker, like you've been trapped in a war situation for 3 days, a beard's fine. But if you've got access to a basin and hot water, then I see no reason for a beard.
That's hilarious. That's only under those circumstances.
It's like my glasses. I had a conversation once, like, can I get LASIKs to fix, the stuff they put lasers in your eyes, you don't need glasses. I was just floating the idea, and someone joked, in terms of branding, we've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds in establishing this identity, this glasses-wearing guy. You're going to throw that all away?
That's both slightly ridiculous and true, in a way.
Yeah.
Let's play a clip from the show. This is the beginning of the programme where you simply set up Louis Theroux and the ultra-Zionists.
I was deep inside the West Bank, the largely Arab area that Israel has occupied since 1967, spending time in a tiny and controversial subculture of ultra-nationalist Jewish settlers. Do you view Palestinians and Jews as equal?
No.
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 They believe that these lands were promised to Israel by God and have made it their life's work to increase the Jewish presence here and oppose any sovereignty for Palestinians.
What I tell you is that the story of the Arabs for having rights in the Holy Land are stories and lies.
Many are religious extremists, and yet they are protected by one of the world's most powerful armies. Is it a little bit tense?
I don't feel tense.
And they are ready to resist any onslaught to re-establish the greater Jewish nation.
I wanted to ask you, this is obviously such a sensitive topic. Did the BBC interfere at all, and did they treat this very differently to your other documentaries?
Well, it's a higher stakes topic. There's more lives at risk in this topic, and it's more easily misunderstood. So the BBC did not interfere, but there were more checks and balances in place. We made sure that we showed it to the Middle East editor and the various experts in-house whose job it is to know the ins and outs, intricacies of this conflict, so that we didn't make any silly mistakes.
Are you prepared for a backlash? Because one of the things you are brilliant at is not really giving an opinion. You simply pose questions. I think sometimes in your shows one can work out where you stand on a topic, but you don't see it as your job. You're not interested in making a polemic, and you're not interested really, I don't think, in giving your opinion. But as a viewer, the conclusion you draw, I think, at the end of this programme, is that those ultra-nationalists, those Jewish settlers who are taking land from the Palestinians on the basis of something that was in Genesis, what they're doing isn't helpful. Right?
Well, yes.
Yeah, there'll probably be a backlash to the programme because of that.
Backlash from who?
Some of the people, I suppose, the Jewish nationalists, or some of the people.
I mean, I think that
who sympathise with their point of view.
I think you may well be right. I mean, it's such a divisive and fraught issue that I would be surprised if there wasn't feedback. The last thing I did was about Lagos and gangsters there, and I know we got a bit of backlash is strong, but some Nigerians felt, well, why are you concentrating on the negatives of their home city? And then many, of course, liked it. I think there'll be people on both sides, Palestinian and Israeli, who feel it doesn't sufficiently kind of take their point of view. So I guess I'm ready. I've been warned that doing these subjects, certainly panoramas on the Israeli-Palestinian issue, apparently generate a huge amount of controversy, feedback, letter writing, and so on. So I've been told to get ready for that, so I'm as ready. I think I'm ready.
However one gets ready for such a thing, you are ready. Do you have a view? First of all, before let me ask you, did it change your perception? You always approach things with an open mind, but did you come back with a changed view and a changed perception, having spent time with the settlers?
Well, one of the things that I was surprised by was, before doing it, I felt, well, this is a fringe of a fringe, and actually would be helpful to see the Israeli army dismantling these settlements, which I knew does happen. And that's great, because then we'll see both sort of the most extreme side of Israeli nationalist community, but also then a kind of moderating Israeli presence in the film, sort of saying, look, we shouldn't be here, this is illegal. Going out there, I was surprised how actually the Israeli army is in many cases quite